and this is the Rec Tec 340 Trailblazer. All right, so for this unboxing and setup, pretty simple. You're gonna need a screwdriver, one of these. Come here. And here's a little tip, easy way to get into the box. Grab yourself a knife. Easy, huh? All right, let's see what we got. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's that 304 stainless steel construction I read about. That's nice stuff. Oh yeah, baby. Come here. This is what it's all about right there, man. Those Rec Tec horns. There ain't nobody that makes a handle better than these guys, let me tell you. That's nice. And this is heavy. Man, I can tell when this door closes, it is gonna seal. That's gorgeous. Got a nice rubberized seal around the inside, super heavy. Oh, that's nice. All right. Here, there it is. Okay. Keep this. All right, I'll keep it. Well, there's the two probes that it comes with. That's pretty cool. All right. Do not eat. All right, we got a little drip bucket. That's adorable. I guess that goes on the side. Let's set that there. I don't need you anymore. What do we got here? Yellow caution tape. I love it. Hey, so come on over here and have a look in here. This is the interior temperature probe right here. When you're putting stuff together, be very mindful of this, all right? That's sending that signal to the brain of the Rec Tec to let it know to increase the temperature, take it down. So you want to be careful as you're taking in drip trays, drip pans, food, all this kind of stuff. Don't hit that, don't damage it, leave it alone. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is nice. All right, hey, listen, while I take the plastic off of this, do me a favor, guys, have a look inside here. This you gotta see. I mean, this is a tribute to the construction of this unit. That's all 304 stainless steel. That means that it's not like, you know, what your butter knife's made out of. This is the kind of stuff that they use on airlines, aircraft, because that stuff sits outside all the time, just like this is gonna. We live in Florida here, man. I gotta tell you, that sun that's giving me melanoma as we speak is beating down on this stuff on and on and on. So you want to make sure that it's made out of some good materials. So we're just going to put this to the side. What else we got in here? We got, one of these has to be our drip pan. Keep those scissors handy. All right, okay, so this is your drip pan right there. I love that. This is a good one to always get, you know, cover in foil when you're cooking with it. Life's a lot easier when you cover this in foil. Cleanup was one thing, and I gotta tell you, if you take advantage of the sear factor of this grill, and what I mean by that is this sucker can get up to 500 degrees in 5-degree increments, whatever an increment is. Increments even. Let's grab that. And this is probably our food grade. We got our heat deflector, our food grade, our gold. All right. Stuff flying everywhere. The neighbors will find it next week. Our packing material out. Let's look inside and see if there's anything in here that you need to worry about. Nope. By the way, this is beautifully sealed all the way around. I really love that attention to detail. That means you're not going to get that air popping in and messing with the temperature. Everything's really kind of closed up. Beautiful. All right, so I've been looking through the box for the manual, and all I found was this. But if you look close, oh, check this out. Simply take a picture of this QR code with your phone and you can access your interactive digital manual. That's pretty cool, man. All right, so let's have a look at all the pieces you should have. You should have your main body here. There's legs underneath that are going to unfold. You're going to have your lid, coolest lid in the world. Look at that again. That's so awesome. Love it. And you've got your food grate, which I love, and you've got your drip pan. Now, we do have a little bit of hardware in here. You know what's funny? I gotta share something with you, okay? I put together a lot of grills, man. I really have. Tons, dozens. And here's what I learned. I'm gonna reach past you here. I always have myself one of these. You ever see the rating systems on shows like this? You wonder how they do it? Well, here's what I do. I put out a swear jar. 25 cents a crack, pocket full of quarters. And here's how this works. If there's more than $1 in this jar, by the time I finish building that grill, I don't think you should have it, all right? That means if there's more than 4 quarters in there, I'm bleeding, right? My wife's mad at me, the kids won't talk to me, the dogs are upset. That's what happens there. So 4 quarters, you don't want it. So let's sit that right there. Oh, by the way, you also want to get your heat deflector here. We got all of our parts. So first things first, let's do these legs. Now, what's cool about this, because the legs are foldable and lockable, you're actually able to use this unit in this configuration, which is actually very cool. We have an RV, if you camp, if you have a little site you like to go to have it be able to work like this, nice and portable, oh, what a treat. Okay, so we got to do these legs. So let's have a look-see here. Here's a little bar, you see this? You're gonna give this a pull, and then these legs are simply gonna snap like that. That was pretty easy. That was so easy, I wanna do it again. Here's another one. You're just gonna give it a pull, just like that. And the legs with the wheels are now gonna slide out. Holy cow! Do you know how many times I've gone crazy trying to get the legs on a grill? And that took me about 2 seconds. Now, I'm a big burly guy and I'm incredibly strong. So if you've got, I'm kidding. Listen, if you want to, make sure you got a second person for this. This is not a light piece of equipment. This is substantial, 70 or 80 pounds, 304 stainless steel. The best materials used in this, in the ceramic ignition, the whole 9 yards, you guys. This is all beautiful, beautiful stuff. All right, so we got all of our packing material out of there, which is important. So now what we want to do is we want to put this together. And the first thing you're going to do is attach that lid. So now we got to put the lid on, and for that, you're just going to use the 2 hinges that have come with it. Now, first things first, you want to line these up. There's a couple of holes here. Let's have a peek here. Right over top, right like that. Really, really simple. There's no way to do this wrong. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pop in those couple of bolts like that. Super simple. All you need is 1 screwdriver. And then in your package, you've got a whole series of washers and nuts. Locking, non-locking, and a nut. So you're going to do them this way. Regular washer first, and then your locking washer, and then the nut right underneath. And what's important here, everybody, is do not tighten this yet. All you're going to do is just kind of get it on there so it's there. We're going to put these on loose. We're going to go ahead and we're going to line this up right here. Have a look. That peg lines up with this peg. And remember, this lid is heavy. This is built really, really well. So you want to make sure that you've got a good grip on that. So on the other side now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the other hinge. We're going to slide it right like that. There we go. And now, this is kind of a neat trick. You're going to put 1 bolt in like that, a second one in like that, and then very carefully lift this lid and just let it rest. And when you do that, everything is just going to kind of stay in its one spot, which is terrific. All right, so let's go ahead, put the last couple of these on. So now, once everything's finger tight, you're going to go ahead, close this over a little bit, and with your screwdriver, just go ahead and tighten everything. And this is where using the locking washers comes in quite handy, because that's going to grab on the inside and allow you to give this a nice tighten, just like that. And we'll do the other 2. And that's it. That's it for the lid. Not so bad. Okay, so the only thing that I'm going to caution you of is the little pieces that you use as for the washers and the nuts and the bolts there. If they fall out inside, they have a tendency to fall under this little ignition rod here where the auger lives, and then you got to tip it forward and let them slide out. So maybe put a little catcher under there, especially for this one here. Other than that, though, God, nice job, Rec Tec guys. Seriously, way to go. All right. Wow, this is getting pretty easy. All right, so this is our heat deflector. This sits right inside like that, all right? And that obviously does exactly what you think it does. It's going to deflect the heat that comes out of the firebox. And now, we're going going to go ahead and put our drip tray in. Now this is where you want to be careful not to hit that temperature probe on the inside. Very important. Now see, this has a slant. That means that as the grease drips down, it's going to run out into our adorable little bucket. That's terrific. Isn't that fun? I love these things. Now, a little hint for you here. If you're going to use this at high temps, make sure you put a little bit of tin foil on this, because what happens is as the grease drips down from whatever it is you're cooking, you're going to run it up to 450, 500 degrees. You run the risk of those flash grease fires, all right? And that's the same in any type of unit that'll get up to those kind of temperatures. So make sure you don't let that grease and fat build up over your cooks. Every at least second cook, replace the foil on this, and you'll never ever have that trouble. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put on our 304 stainless steel food plate, just like this. Again, be cautious of that temperature gauge right there. Just like that. How cool. So guys, I think that's it. Now, here's a couple of important things to know about your grill. Come on in here and have a peek, okay? There's a lot of things that go into making this grill happen, and a lot of things that go into making sure that that computer is going to talk to that auger, and that's what moves those wood pellets, those wood, hardwoods, into that firebox to create that heat and smoke, okay? So heat needs airflow, right? You got air here, you got air here, you got air here, and in a couple of other places. Don't block that airflow. As soon as you block that airflow, you choke off the heat, all right? Now, you've also, come on inside here, got air that likes to travel up this side, down that side, and around these sides. If you block that, you mess with the temperature inside. So do your best with the foods that you put in to make sure you don't block those air holes, okay? So now, here's what we gotta remember. When it comes time to set this up, you're going to want to make sure that you're somewhere close to a power supply, obviously. So let's go ahead and plug this guy in, and we're going to show you the couple of things that you need to do before you cook on your grill, all right? So we're going to go ahead and grab a big old extension cord for now, because this isn't going to where this is, permanently going to live. Now, this is equipped with something called Pellet. Cute. It's their Wi-Fi connectivity, and what that does is it allows the computer in this grill to talk to your mobile device. And that's very cool, because from anywhere now, you can control everything from turning the grill on and off, increasing and decreasing the temperature. There's food graphs in there when you're cooking. Food graphs, that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and we'll have a peek here. I've got my little red light, which means that this is on. So before we get going, the first thing that we want to do is make sure that our grill is primed. That's really important. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up our Wi-Fi connectivity. So come on in here. There's a little button right there with a red light that's flashing on it with that little 3-bar symbol that you've seen on your phone and your everything else. That means that this is the button that's going to tell this whole machine to talk to your device. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to press this, and we're going to press it for about 10 to 15 seconds, and it's going to start to flash red. There it goes. So now what you need to do is you need to grab your phone, your device, your iPad, Android, go onto the store, whether it's the App Store at Apple or the Android store for Android, you know what's going on, and you're going to go ahead and just simply type in RecTec. It's going to pop up. There it is. Nice. All right, look for that control button down there in the bottom right in the middle. Touch that. That's going to bring you to your next screen to connect everything, and then all you're going to do is hit that next step. Going to give you a little warning to never turn your grill on unless you can see it. I've never done that. Nope. You're just going to choose your network. That's the one at your home. Same one you use all the time on every one of your devices. Then you're just going to go ahead, give it permission, put your password in for your home Wi-Fi. It's not looking for one for the RecTec, just your home Wi-Fi. And that's really it. It's going to go ahead. It's going to look for it. It's looking. And there it is. Congratulations, you found it. Now you're just going to name it. I'm going to name my Marc's Awesome RecTec, and away you go. So let's have a look at a couple of things that your grill can do with the app on your phone now that we have it up and running, just so you know some of the options that you have, and then we're going to show you how to get this ready to cook. So you can go ahead and turn it on, you can turn it off, set the different smoke levels, you can do all kinds of stuff. All right, so that's how the app gets set up really quick. We'll do another video on all the stuff that you can do in the app as well, all the neat controls that you've got. In fact, you're talking complete control from virtually anywhere through the Pellet app. So great job, guys. That's a really nice improvement and a really nice thing to see on an entry-level unit. Usually things like that are reserved for the ones that they're charging $300, $400, $500 more for. So I really appreciate that that's part of the RT 340. Way to go, guys. Really cool. Okay, so before you cook on this, you gotta prime it, all right? Now, just like priming the gas in your car, the carburetor, which is where the ignition box is here, right, needs a bit of fuel in it first before you get it to start working, and nothing's quite in there yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some pellets in here. Now here's the reason that you decided you wanted to go with a pellet smoker, and it's right here, guys. You're cooking with real wood. This isn't some just kind of makeshift thing to get you going. This is real wood pellets in all kinds of different flavors. So the reason pellet grills are so popular and the reason the results are so good is because just like these giant smokers that you see, we are using real wood. So let's get some in the hopper. Now, a full hopper is going to get you through pretty much any smoke. Really doesn't matter. I don't know that there's a brisket big enough for me to put in here that I can't get through a whole smoke with one hopper. So another great job on making sure that the size is just right for what we need. Let's get all out of there and give this a close just like that. So now, before we turn that on, we want to take everything out of it that we put into it. Now, you're only going to have to do this one time unless you run the pellets dry. If you run the pellets dry, you'll have to repeat this process. So come on in here and I'll show you again what we mean. Now, here's the igniter right down there. Now, this ignition system is rated for 300,000 ignitions. That's 30 years of grilling. Wow. Okay, you ever have the trouble with the red button? Never again. And it's an incredible instant start technology that Rec Tec has built into their grills. All you need to know is when you want heat, you got heat. But the hopper has to take the wood pellets from here all the way over to here. So right off the bat, there's nothing to light and nothing to get going. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take about a half a cup or a handful of your wood pellets, and you're just going to drop them right in that ignition chamber right there. And that's kind of your priming fuel. That's what you're talking about right there. So now let's go ahead, and now we're going to start it up. There's a power button right there. You just give it a little squeeze like that, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to put this guy up to, for the first time, 400 degrees. And I want you to notice, this is going up in 5-degree increments. Now, we're just doing the unboxing today and the assembly and a couple of other little things and getting it primed and ready to go. We're gonna make a whole bunch more videos on getting into the intricacies of using this, but honest to goodness, right off the bat, the lid, the legs, the pellets, and you're cooking. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna put this back together. We're gonna let this run at 400 degrees for about an hour with the lid down. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna cure all that paint, it's gonna set all those seals, and it's gonna get this grill ready to cook. Now, the one thing that you may notice when this starts up is there's some free ash flying around, all right? Now, the grill is clean, it's brand new, and there's nothing cooked into the inside to grab that light, free-floating ash that's going to be in the air. Every smoker has that, and that's the reason you do this the first time. Look at this. Remember I said instant heat, instant smoke? It's been seconds, and I've already got smoke in the chamber. I'm going to tell you right now, I have never seen a smoker out of the box get hot and ready that fast. I couldn't be more impressed. So that's it. do us a favor, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then you'll get notified of all the fun, cool videos that we're gonna make on how to work your Rec Tec 340, some of the fun things that you can do with it, some maintenance, how to clean it, and some of the best darn smoked food you are ever gonna have. Guys, my name is Marc Gill, this is Marc's on the Grill, and this is the Rec Tec 340 Trailblazer. We'll see you out back.